Welcome to the most pay-to-win game ever series, where I play games and I see if it's viable to play completely for free. And for episode 1, we're going to be covering the Secret World Legends. The Secret World Legends is met up with mixed reviews, and it's also free to play. So you could download it and you can just start playing out of the box. You don't need a subscription or anything. This is a game that had a really rocky road, where they could barely keep their player base. Like, look at this. In a 24-hour peak, there was 139 people playing the game, all time of 3,740. That's pretty bad. And you can see where all the drop-off happened. It looks like back in 2017, they had a good amount of players, and then it just completely started dropping off. Look, the next month, 835 people they lost, and then it just steadily just kept going down. Looking deeply into the secret world and seeing why this is a thing has a lot to do with the pay to win in this game. The quick question is, can you play this game completely for free? And I have to say, yes, you could play it for free. Is it gonna be very good when you get into endgame? Probably not, and it's probably gonna land up getting you to swipe your credit card if you want to get things at a faster rate. So let's look at the game in general. So the first thing you're gonna be looking at is the cash shop. And when you click on that, the first thing you're greeted with is a lot of pay to win. So they have things like cash keys, character boosts, so you can even buy skill points straight out, so you don't have to grind it all, and you can just literally buy all the powers right away, so you can have all the best abilities at level 1 if you want. It's pretty insane. That's some really terrible pay to win right there. Also, you got item upgrades. So with this, basically, when you get to endgame, I'm assuming that it's probably going to be pretty difficult for you to upgrade your gear, because I'm only level 15. And I've managed to get like some of my pieces. You see how like my weapon is like rank 6. I got this headband that's rank 8. And when you start doing missions, you start getting these little book bag things. They start giving you extra pieces so that you could either swap the gear for something that you would like. Maybe you get some good RNG, or you can take those pieces and rip it apart for the upgrade. So as an example, let's just go ahead and say, oh, I want to upgrade my weapon. So I'm going to click on the upgrade button. I'm going to go ahead and slap it in, and I'm going to add items to destroy to give this some levels. So like you see this weapon right here, you can only use actual weapons when you're upgrading in weapon part, but you see how much XP it gave? Very little. So you can keep doing that, and you can keep adding more things in there. I don't really have a whole lot of options right now because I didn't really have much in my inventory. But you see that? It barely leveled it up, and it's going to cost me 800 of the in-game dollars. So you could already see that this could land up being a serious problem getting into endgame. And it could land up being extremely grindy to upgrade your stuff. So let's go ahead and let's try to upgrade this one, since I have more pieces that I can use. So this one, this, I got these. There we go. That's maxed out. It's getting it from level 8 to 12. That's actually pretty good. And it's going to cost me 1,000 of the dollar things. I don't know what they're called. But you get those dollars, they're called anima shards, and you get these things through doing missions. Another really important currency is this one right here, marks of favor, which it seems like you only get this through running dailies. You can also get it through selling items on the auction house. So like if you look at the actual dailies thing, the challenge journal, in here, when you finish all of these, like this one says kill 50 monsters, complete 3 main missions, and then complete 3 side missions. And then the last one is just to complete all the objectives here. So I'm over here editing this, and I just realized that I made a mistake with this part. Each daily, so each one that you complete actually gives you 1,000 of those marks of favor. Let's do some quick math. I don't know what the actual daily challenge one gives. I don't know if it gives 1,000 again, but I'm assuming it does, so I'm just going to include that in my math. So since there's 5 of them, it's usually going to give around 5,000. And that's times 5 more times that you can repeat these. 5,000 times 5. So you're looking at getting 25,000 of those marks of favor per day, just from the dailies alone. But these are pretty grindy because they land up ramping up in the difficulty. So basically, when you go into the next challenge, it would say, oh, kill 100 monsters. And then it'll ramp up again and say, oh, well, kill 200 monsters, you know? So it starts getting a lot more harder to not only keep up with doing the main missions, but also keeping up with doing the side mission on top of killing things. So it could take you a while for you to finish all of these to get the 25,000. So in reality, you're probably better off just selling items on the auction house. It'll probably be faster, but still, that's very low. You think about it, you're going to be logging in every single day trying to work on getting those marks of favor. And those marks of favor are very important because this also goes towards the auction house. This is how you trade with other players. So if I wanted to find a weapon, for example, let's say I'm going to go ahead and get the blood magic focus. This is what I'm currently using anyway. And I decide I'm going to go ahead and search. People only list stuff up for that currency. I'm thinking that that's the only way to actually sell things. Look how it ramps up. So the green items are not really that desirable, but they're still pretty expensive, 1,000 a piece. Then they start getting crazy. So like you see the purple ones up here, that's 160,000 of them. I've been playing for probably about 12 hours, I think, over the past week or so, and like I've only managed to get about 20,000 of those marks of favor. So that's already looking like it's gonna be really bad going into endgame and trying to save up to get something like this. But here's where the game comes in and says, hey, you could just pay to win, because you could exchange those gold bars, which is the premium currency, for those marks of favor. So basically, you could pay to win to get the best gear in the game, on top of being able to pay to win to upgrade the thing to maximum. So like, there's so much pay to win that's chalked on top of each other, to the point where it will probably drive you crazy if you're looking at all these aspects. Like I said in the beginning, you could play this game for free, but with all this temptation around, do you really want to? Like that's the biggest issue. And it doesn't stop there, by the way. I started adventuring in this new area now. So this is the Savage Coast. So this is the next area that it introduced me to. And I started killing mobs, and they're dropping these things now. These are war caches. These are actual loot boxes. It's pretty crazy that this is in the game. Like, the amount of ridiculous pay to win stuff in this game is out of this world, and it's very discouraging, and it's probably the main reason why this game is super dead. And the sad thing is that this game has a very, very good story. It's definitely worth it to at least install it and try to play the story. But the thing is that the game is going to throw so much pay to win in your face constantly to try to open this thing. You go into a dungeon, you open a chest, and it's like, hey, well, it's a loot box. You want to get more rewards? Guess what? Spend some money. You'll get more rewards. And then you have the subscription plan, which is $12.99. You could get this too, which is going to give you 20% more marks of favor from the challenges. Whoa. You got 10% bonus XP. You get double the amount of skill points and ability points. You get more money. But it's pretty crazy the amount of benefits that you get for spending the $12.99. But this game is still going to be throwing all the other shit at you, like the opening up of the caches that I just showed you, which is these here. The pay to win on top of pay to win on top of pay to win is pretty insane, and it's very discouraging, especially since this is an MMORPG that has pretty much nobody playing it. Like, there's a handful of people running around and stuff. Maybe at endgame there might be more people running around doing endgame stuff, but just judging by the Steam charts here and seeing like an hour ago there's only 104 people playing an MMORPG, that's very discouraging. And it makes me feel like at any point in time Funcom could say, you know what, shut the servers down, we can't do it anymore. And the sad part about this is that this game hasn't been updated since October of last year. So the chances of them adding more content to this game is extremely rare. You know what I mean? Like, it's really sad to see this. And this is a game that I really do enjoy the story of, and I really do recommend it for the story alone. But the pay to win aspects is what really ruins this game and really just drags it down. So unfortunately, I just cannot recommend this game, mainly because this is supposed to be an MMORPG. You're supposed to be able to enjoy it with people, but if there's nobody playing it, then what's the chances of this game surviving for more than, you know, a year or two? You know what I mean? Like, there's no incentive to want to stick around and really build up your character and really work on getting all the achievements and all that if it's just going to be, you know, stopped at the end. But if you get a chance to at least try it out and try the story and pretend that this is a single player game, I think you would have a good time. So if you want to try it out, go for it. But just don't have any expectations of them actually trying to update the game or trying to make it any better or improving the combat system or any of that stuff. Like that's just not going to happen. So just keep your expectations really low. Massive thank you to all the supporters here on YouTube. I really appreciate you guys, all those donations and also the subscriptions. Like, man, it's been so crazy to see this, but like I had no idea I had people that were supporting my channel for so long, like 24 months, 17 months, like even longer. Like, it's crazy, and I had no idea. I had to look through my YouTube channel to see this, so I wanted to put this front and center to actually have like a little bit of a credits at the end of every video. That way I can show my love for everybody that actually supports the channel. Just a massive thank you to all that. I just really appreciate it a lot. I really don't know what to say, honestly, but especially since it's been really hard for me to actually dedicate to a game, you know, and I'm trying that really hard, especially with New World coming out. I'm definitely going to be dedicating to that, so we'll see what happens with the channel when that goes live. But anyways, thanks for watching. Leave a thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't, and I will see you guys on the next one. Later, y'all.